All the action from the Ocean Race Series is proudly brought to you by Nelson Mandela Bay. Nelson Mandela Bay, South Africa's water sport capital. Greetings everybody and a warm welcome to a very sunny Port Elizabeth on the eastern Cape Coast of Southern Africa, city that is fast becoming known as the water sport capital of South Africa. This time we gathered to have a look at the Ocean Racing Series, an event that has been running for the last couple of years and that has grown significantly over the last couple of events that is being held. A man that knows all about the Ocean Racing Series, of course, is the event owner Mike Soetmulder. Mike, tell us a bit more about who enters the Ocean Racing Series. Who does it appeal to?
Yeah, the Ocean Racing Series is appealing to the social competitors across the board. We got from the professional Ironmen like Laurent Van Lingen and James Cunningham through to your social fitness fanatics within Nelson Mandela Bay and the surrounds.
Great to see a number of husband and wife teams taking part as well. While everybody was getting together on the beach, we caught up with Kevin Paul, a Paralympic swimming gold medalist and top contender in the Ocean Series, and asked him about the event.
Well, this event has been around for quite a while now. I think it's in its third or fourth season now, and every year it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's just like a thing to get away from the pool and just come and have a day at the beach really and just enjoy it and come and swim with all your friends. So it's a fun sort of event just to get away from the pressures of the pool swimming the whole time.
Of course, Kevin Paul, a very strong swimming competitor, you're going to have to watch out for him in this event. So we take the last few registrations and entries into the Ocean Series. We caught up with some of the future junior competitors as they ventured into the cold water on a summer's day to get their feet wet. Mike, of course, 3 disciplines in the Ocean Series, something for everybody. Tell us a bit more about these disciplines and what can we expect?
Yes, we've got 2 swims available for the swimmers, the nice 6-kilometer paddle for the paddlers, and a 5-kilometer fun or adventure run for the run enthusiasts. So yeah, 3 different disciplines, all happening one day, all happening at the same time.
Great to see that all the disciplines rather well supported by both the social athletes and of course pro athletes as well from around the country. First discipline would be the 6-kilometer ocean paddle. Fairly easy course out there as we get on the way.
Coke can, pencil boy, back in. Guys, be very careful of the wind. If you fall off, your ski's going to blow.
Race OD there explaining the course. Mike, Port Elizabeth, the city that's known to have 4 seasons in one day, where the weather can be quite a problem.
Weather can be tricky, yes. Although Nelson Mandela Bay enjoys one of the best climates in the world, we are a coastal city and we're prone to winds and factors, and yeah, we can have 4 seasons in one day, so the paddlers have to be very aware. They all have to wear life jackets, and yeah, it just adds to the excitement of the race.
As the first paddlers head out past Shark Rock Pier, a major big difference competing in fresh water than competing in seawater. A lot of more things to keep in mind and a lot of things to contend with.
Very much so. I think the paddlers sort of feel the difference, but the biggest difference is the swimmers, and that's been the appeal of the series, especially for the Ironman guys training. So we got a lot of guys coming down from Gauteng and Cape Town to come and experience the ocean, so that when they come down for the other open water swimming races, they're familiar with the ocean.
Almost time for the swimmers to hit the water. Great shot there. Of course, that's Ironman champ Laurent Van Lingen and James Cunningham as well. 2 top contenders from the world of Ironman who use these events as a great training base. Nice thing about the event, you can get the average man in the street to compete against these top pro athletes. And of course, a major big draw card for the social athletes as well. We looked around and spoke to some of the more social contenders and asked them about the event and the outlook for the day.
I'm planning to do the 2K. And we're just hoping for the best, eh? Nice weather.
Well, at least he's optimistic about the weather. But overcast as the first of the swimmers get on their way. These are the 2K guys.
Yep, these are the guys. They're going to go and do 2 laps of the 1-kilometer rectangular course. So they'll go now enter into the water and round the first marker buoy, which is approximately 150 meters off the beach.
As we watch them hit the water, quite a big entry field as well. How many swimmers do we have here?
Yeah, we're fortunate. We get over 100 swimmers in the 2 kilometers and also the 1 kilometer. It varies from week to week on which of the 2 disciplines is the most popular. I think this particular race day we see a good turnout for the 2-kilometer race.
As the field head out past Shark Rock Pier, great to see a fair amount of ladies entering the event.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 split at the series at the moment. The ladies, I think, for us as organisers, what is most pleasing is the support we're getting from the communities, especially the historically disadvantaged communities, and they coming down in their droves to support the series, and that's fantastic to see.
As far as the open water paddle, mainly for these more serious paddlers?
Certainly not. Although there are some top paddlers amongst this field, it's mainly the social ones we're appealing to there. You can see going around the buoy what we call the spar barge, the big yellow fishing kayak. So yeah, it's appealing to anyone, the development guys, and more the social paddler, getting the guys the opportunity to come out there and try their sea kayaks out and do the 6 kilometer course, and that's one of the reasons why we've kept it 6 kilometers.
The kayaks coming around the bottom turn, they still have 3 kilometers to go, and the fairly flat conditions, but a bit of current to contend with, and the upper body getting quite a workout, keeping those kayaks moving in the open sea water. As we pick up the pace with some of the front swimmers in the 2 kilometer group. Now, these guys are pushing the pace, and quite an interesting tussle developing amongst the front runners here.
Yes, interesting tussle. In the middle there, in the pink cap, is Ironman champion Laurent on the far side, Laurent Van Lingen, and tailing them there is last year's champion Byron Lockett. He's the top Eastern Cape open water swimmer at the moment.
And of course, open water swimming quite a bit different to swimming in a pool. We'll have a look at the differences a bit later on as the rest of the field come around Shark Rock Pier. Of course, your first time entrant into this type of an event wouldn't just start off with a 2 kilo open water swim, would he?
Yeah, he'll start in the 1 kilometer and then eventually venture into the 2 kilometer. This is your seasoned open water swimmers. And here we have the 1 kilometer guys getting ready to start off, and they'll just do the 1 lap of this course.
I like the fact that the event aims to attract a lot of school kids and the youth, getting them active in the sport as well.
Fun rivalry between the schools, a lot of the development swimmers here. But I think where this appeals is your water polo clubs, those sort of people. They're coming down having fun, and then your Ironman beginners want to try this. And later on in the series, they will then venture into the 2 kilometer.
Once again, a huge entrance field.
Yeah, we get over 1,000 people every race day, so it is very pleasing.
Get a shot there of some of our development swimmers doing very, very well indeed.
Yeah, these are the kids from the Motherwell Swimming Club. We got just over 100 of the swimmers coming down, so fantastic.
As the first of the 5K run about to get on the way. Might seem like a short distance, but not an easy run, eh?
Mixed bag of runners, interesting run, 5 kilometers. It is pretty short, but you've got to remember the first half is along the beach, along the sand, so it is a very tough race.
Just as an interesting fact, Mike, what is the average finishing time for the 5K run?
The front runners will take between 12 and 14 minutes. There is Marinus Johnson, who's the defending champion for the past 2 seasons. He is the top runner there in the field, and off he goes in the white vest up front already, and we'd expect him to come home first again today.
Great field of female paddlers in the 6 kilometer paddle as well. Kim Burnett, Ruth Fox from Two Boys Advertising, Natalie Brits. And the men well represented as well. Keith Theron, Ernest Linda and Daniel Stradom. Very strong field out there as we watch the first of the 2 kilometer runners, or shall I say swimmers, coming up for their changeover, and the legs getting a bit wobbly.
Legs are getting wobbly. Here you see the triathlete guys, and there's Reynolds and the Ironman. They love this bit, but coming up behind him will be the top open water swim, Byron Lockett, and they'll be none too happy about this run. They don't appreciate the run section. They prefer to stay in the water.
We pick up with the midfielders in the swimming for the 2K. It looks like the 2 ladies out there. It looks like Terry Flanagan and Renelle Snyman pushing really, really hard. The rest of the midfield going to have to be very careful. A swell coming up as we speak as well. They're going to have to keep their wits about themselves. Mike, of course, water safety very important in an event like this, and you guys must take quite a few precautions.
Yes, as with any sporting event, accidents can happen, and in these conditions where the water can get pretty cold, we do have guys suffering from cramp quite often. So our big team of water safety is out there with their jet skis and their surf skis and just helping the guys.
We're catching some of our front runners in the 2 kilometer swim coming through. Ren Artistic there with the orange cap on. Rather tired. Right then, let's recap those finishing positions. Wesley Vion in the 1 kilometer swim from Grey High School. Good finish for him. Top swimmer that young man is. 1 kilometer ladies, it was Sandy Ebers taking the honours. In the 2 kilometer men, it was Byron Lockett who took the honours with Sunmarie Waith in the 2 kilometer swim for the ladies. And Sunmarie really coming on as well. You can see Tracy Darber just behind her. In the run for the men, it was Marius Johnson from Mr. Price Sport who took the honours. Ladies went to Traddle Childs, good one for her. The 6 kilometer paddle, It was Greg Woods from VWSA who grabbed that one, and the 6 kilo paddle for the ladies, Kim Burnett from Clarendon Park Primary. A young lady doing well there, keeping Enda Economou just behind her, Natalie Brits in 3rd place. The Nelson Mandela Bay Metro has become known as the water sport capital of South Africa. The man behind the drive is Graham Richards.
Well, for a couple of seasons, obviously, we've been assisting sports to get use of the beach. We're very impressed with all the socially oriented programs that go along with this event, apart from the health side of things, getting people on the beach, getting people down to the beachfront, getting young people out. But they do the clean-up programs, and they're looking after the youngsters in Reach for a Dream, which work for us. So in addition to merely making the beach available for them, we've actually put in quite a substantial sponsorship this year. And that will obviously continue for the next couple of years. We believe this is an excellent event.
Nelson Mandela Bay, of course, living up to its good weather expectations for the event. Even some of our disabled athletes coming out to take part in the swim. We spoke to Laurent Van Lingen, currently lying 2nd in the overall 2 kilometer swim. He travels all the way from Durban to take part in the event.
It's an absolutely awesome event. I'm from Durban, and to come down here and every second weekend you got a race like this, it's amazing. And you got all these kids. It's just a fantastic event. You see, family in the community getting involved, and then with the foundation and the Reach for the Dream, it's absolutely an amazing series.
Great to see that the Ocean Racing Series, of course, having a great following with some of the senior and professional athletes, as well as the social competitors. Water safety, very important on the day, as we get ready to tackle the first discipline in the Second Skins race. It's going to be the 6 kilometer paddle. The guys are going to head out to the bay. Conditions being rather flat today, but everybody being rather enthusiastic.
Absolutely perfect. Couldn't ask for better. Just maybe a little more swap. Otherwise, very good. And you?
Yeah, I'll stick behind the spar barge here and stick into his slip, and I'll be fine.
Great to see that, of course. A lot of competition, but also friendship amongst the competitors, Mike.
Yeah, the guys have come down just to keep fit and have fun. So the competitive angle's there, but it's not the priority of the day. It's just coming down, having fun. There goes the spar barge. We've spoken about this spar barge fishing boat taken by Russell Crowhurst and co. And yeah.
As the paddlers head out for their 6 kilometer paddle, conditions a lot more flat than the last race we had.
Yes, today's a flat day, but it's a very hot day. There's a slight breeze blowing. They're going to now do 2 laps of this 3 kilometer course. So yeah, as they turn and head into the wind, it does get a bit harder.
Catching the start of the second discipline, the 2 kilo swim, and a big representation by our development swimmers. And once again, a really big field.
Yep, when the weather's good, they come down in mass. And as the season goes on, so this gets bigger and bigger.
10 events in total that the swimmers will be competing in all of the disciplines. So at the end of the series, Mike, I believe they gather points for the top 5, and then the top ranking swimmers get some great prizes.
Correct, yeah. They collect points as they go through the series. The top 15 overall winners of each discipline get allocated points, and then at the end of the series we have quite a big party to celebrate.
As we catch the start here of the 1 kilometer swim, quite a big social contingent in this specific category, and a lot of people wearing wetsuits. Looks like the water could be quite chilly today.
No, the temperature in Nelson Mandela is fine. Most of the guys wearing the wetsuits are trying to take advantage of the buoyancy, which is going to help you swim a bit faster. And the guys without the wetsuits are probably your normal pool swimmers.
5 kilometer run. It's a run across the sand along the beach of the Nelson Mandela Metro, and quite a tough run as well. But great to see a lot of the schools competing at this event as they head off on the 5 kilometer run. As we catch the first of the 2K swimmers coming through transition.
Very strong runner. Lawrence here, who's in the lead now, is a very top athlete, especially in the water. And I think one of his main advantages is his ability to get in and out of the water. You can see there how he's powering through and lifting his legs out of the water.
Looks like young Ursula Davidson just behind him competing in the ladies. Some really good competition for the ladies out there as well. As we catch up with the midfield in the 2 kilo swim, coming through about 300 meters to go. And quite a wide array of ability swimmers out there.
Yes, no, there's quite a variation in abilities here. These are the guys that are just out there to have fun getting through the paces. Quite a nice attendance on the pier there watching them.
And we see Chris van der Sunday here coming through to take the win in the 1 kilometer event for the men. Good one, Chris. We're catching more of our 2 kilo swimmers coming through. Rebecca Newman there in green. She didn't finish on top today. She got 3rd place, but I think still a great effort from her. Some very tired legs out there and some tired arms as they head towards the finish line. Quite tiring going out there in the ocean to swim. It's not quite the same as swimming in a pool. If you've tried it before, you know that it takes a bit more out of you. Right then, as we have a beautiful view of the Shark Rock Pier in Nelson Mandela Bay, let's recap those results. It was the second skins, race 3, Christopher van der Sande grabbing a win in the 1 kilometer swim. Good effort there, 14 minutes and 3 seconds. Marina Marais for the ladies, she came through in 19 minutes 11 seconds. The 2 kilo swim, once again, Laurent Van Lingen, great effort from him in 30 minutes 59 seconds, while Jessica Roux from Collegiate took the win in 32 minutes 57 seconds. As far as the 5 kilo run for the men was concerned, Marinus Johnson once again on top, Mr. Price Sport. 5 kilometer run for the ladies, Ursula Kuhn from Audi Service Staff Corps doing very well. The 6k paddle for the men, Daniel Stradham came through in top from Iobantu Construction, and then for the ladies it was Kim Burnett from Clarendon Park Primary. Good effort from the young lady coming in ahead of Ruth Fox from Two Boys Advertising. Of course, on a good sunny day like this, Nelson Mandela Bay packed with spectators. Great to see everybody coming out in support of the event. We caught up with top SA triathlete Reynard Tissink.
Yeah, obviously for an Ironman training never stops, 7 days a week. Today was pretty rough. The winds obviously picked up quite a bit and made the water quite choppy. But it's all training, and again, Ironman's the big one for me. And if conditions are like this on race day, obviously the more you train in these type of conditions, the better prepared you'll be for it. So it always helps to get a little bit of everything.
We asked Reynard how the weather plays a major role when training and competing.
It can change 4 times in one day, literally. It can be quite hot. The wind can come up at any time, and I think the biggest problem for us is the ocean. It's very dependent on the weather. Today, the water is extremely cold, which is middle of summer, and the water is probably about 14-15 degrees. So it's rough, but as I say, the more you practice, the more you come down here and do all these little events, be it the Energize or the Ocean Racing Series, it all helps with the preparation.
That man carries our hopes for the Ironman that's coming up in Nelson Mandela Bay as well a bit later on in the year. Mike, tell us a bit about the ages we have competing. Oldest competitor taking part in the Ocean Series.
Yeah, the oldest guy we've had taking part in the series and is a regular attendance is Rob Conacher, who's 74 years old. He does the 2 kilometer swim, and he's a very good athlete.
I'm sure he must be, because I can't even complete a 1 kilo. Youngest competitor in the series?
Youngest competitor in the series so far has been 4-year-old Michael de Villiers, who came down and did the 5 kilometer fun run.
Good effort then. Of course, great attendance by our pros as well. Reynard Tissink, defending 70.3 champion.
Yes, defending champion, will be going late in the year to try and defend that title. Reynard, a great supporter of the Ocean Racing Series, finds it a very good way of training for the Ironman, which happens in April.
Getting themselves ready for that 2 kilo swim. Of course, his partner there, James Callender, another one of the top triathletes using the Ocean Series as a solid training base. We caught up with the leader in the 2 kilometer swim for the ladies, Rebecca Newman, and asked her the difference between swimming in the ocean and swimming in a pool.
In the pool, I find that it's a bit easier. You don't have any current or anything. The pool, for me, it's a bit boring. I prefer the open, the challenges all the time, the waves, to see and try and push your limits to the max all the time. I do this Ocean Racing Series because I think it's fun. I try and improve myself all the time because I'm trying to go more into the open water swimming now, doing the 5k and the 3k. So with a sea swimmer, I find that it seems to be pushing my limits and helping me to become a better open water swimmer.
Watch that young lady in a few years' time, going to be one of the top female triathletes in South Africa. Of course, such a strong swimmer, and swimming becoming such a strong part of the triathlon discipline. As we get the paddlers on the way, very enthusiastically carrying the ski to the water, and looks like the weather gods once again shining on Port Elizabeth or Nelson Mandela Bay. Some really great weather we're having.
So far in the series, we've been really blessed with good weather, mostly westerly winds blowing, which flattens the sea. Obviously the southeast is the one we don't want, and that makes it choppy, but today, another awesome day in the bay.
As the paddlers head out on their 6 kilometer paddle, very, very flat conditions today, not much to contend with. Even out as they go past the buoy, really, really flat, a bit of current to deal with, but what an amazing sight. It could be anywhere in the world.
Yeah, this is tropical paradise.
Fairly warm conditions to go with that as well. The 2 kilo swimmers get on the way. We spoke to Tissink earlier and we spoke about him training for the triathlon. Of course, this distance fairly short for him. He doesn't like 2 kilometers. He's more of a long distance swimmer.
A 2 kilometer race for him is like a sprint, while for the rest of the guys it's like a huge outing. But yeah, Reynard would probably prefer a longer 2 to 4 kilometer swim. He's probably been on a 160 kilometer cycle this morning already, so it's just a cool down for him.
Great to see a lot of father and sons taking part in the event as well. Big family participation. I wonder why they do it.
Challenge, eh? That's what we want to do it for. Very first one. Hey, Greedy?
Yep.
Looking forward to it. Out there, beautiful day. Hey? There we go. You want to go feel the water? Okay, go feel.
Definitely involved in sport together. Of course, that's what it's all about, getting the youth involved. Of course, we'll have a much fitter society. It's the 1 kilo swim as they head off. Not as a big a field as last time, but still some really great contenders out there. Mike, just for interest's sake, how many competitors do we draw on an average race day as we watch the swimmers going into the water?
We're averaging between 400 to 500 on a race day. We've got just under 1,000 people now registered for the series, and that as we get towards the end of the series should go well over 1,000. So on a good day, we'll get over 400 people.
As we watch the front runners in the 2 kilometer swim going around that buoy, they're leading the group. It looks like Laurent Van Lingen leading there as well. Frank Greef and Carl Henning side by side. While the swimmers are out in the water, the runners set off on their 5 kilo run, and a bigger field of runners this time round. That'll be running around the Nelson Mandela Bay. Looks like as it gets hotter, more swimmers arrive, and as the water cools down, more runners take part. Great to see also the event has grown from initially having only about 150, 200 competitors on the beach, now averaging just on 500 per event, and some great growth there.
Yes, a lot of great things planned for next year, a lot of sponsors starting to line up now to make it better. This series is unique to Nelson Mandela Bay, and yeah, great spectacle for the city.
As you're watching, it looks like Carl Henning coming around there for the changeover in front of the pack today. Just quickly, very briefly, of course, sponsors playing a vital role when it comes to underwriting the success of an event of this nature.
An event like this, it takes place over 6 months, 12 separate race days. It's a very big budget. So the sponsors are the lifeline, and also they have been the success of the series to date.
Let's hope the series keeps on growing in leaps and bounds as we catch more of our midfielders coming through. These are, of course, the 2 kilometer swimmers. Water temperatures today, fairly warm. 18 to 19 degrees Celsius. If you go a bit further down the coast, it gets a bit colder. Drops down to about 16, 17 degrees, so not that bad. Catching up with the front runners in the 2 kilo swim there. Looks like Frank Greef is giving Laurent Van Lingen a run for his money there. Carl Henning is in there as well. Van Lingen wants to keep up the pace here. And this Christopher van der Sander looks like he's coming over the line, taking the 1 kilometer for the male swimmers. Young man doing very well. Of course, he's still at school. He's at Grey High School. A really good swimmer, that man. He's watching for the future. I think if Tissink takes him under his wing, he could become one of the top swimmers and triathletes in the country as well. Let's have a look at the Fit Smart race. 4 results. Christopher van der Sander then grabbing the win in the 1 kilometer swim. In the ladies, it was Sandy Ebers coming in 1 kilometer ahead of Jenna Grevlink. 2 kilometer for the men. Frank Greef there beating Laurent Van Lingen to the line, and in the ladies it was Rebecca Newman taking honours, extending her lead as an overall winner or overall leader in the 2 kilometer. In the run for the men, it was Marius Johnson, Mr. Price Sport there taking the honours. Ladies went to Ursula Kuhn from Audi Service Centre in Tabcorp. The paddle, it was Keith Theron from Telkom, while in the ladies, Clareton Park Primary's Kim Burnett extending her lead over Ruth Fox. Then overall results, let's have a look. Wesley Vion taking the 1 kilo swim, leading the way. Sandy Ebers in the 1 kilo swim for the ladies. Laurent Van Lingen going well ahead in the 2 kilo swim, while Rebecca Newman leads the 2 kilo ladies. In the 5 kilo run, Marius Johnson is way out front. Ursula Keane leads for the ladies, while in the paddle, Daniel Stradom leads, while Ruth Fox is ahead in the 6 kilo paddle. We spoke to series owner Mike Zoetmulder and asked him who exactly is the series aimed at.
The series is aimed to appeal to your average person, the man in the street that wants to get fit or just do something active in the summer. And we do all sort of age group bands. We're focusing on the under 13 crowd and then also up to over 60s. So it's across the board. Yeah, the series also attracts some of the top open water swimmers in the country, some of the top runners and paddlers. We're fortunate enough to have Ironman people like James Cunnama and former Ironman champion Reynard Tissing. So they're taking place, and yeah, the average guy can come down and swim against them, which they can't often do.
As the action winds down on the beach, a few of those prizes to hand out, and of course to see who leads the log in the points for the overall win. Ocean Race Series, of course, involving the youth, and what better way to involve the youth than getting involved with Reach for a Dream, a really worthwhile foundation.
We're proud to be associated with the Ocean Race. It's really up the profile of Reach for a Dream, which we obviously want to happen. We want people to know we really believe that dreams create hope and courage, and these children are very special to us. And through this event, Michael and Sandy has realized so many children's dreams, and it's just something phenomenal.
What a great foundation it is to be involved with, of course, Reach for a Dream. Laurent Van Lingen there, the man in white in centre. He's going to have to push hard in the next couple of events to defend that lead he's got in the overall swim for the men. Till next time, we bid you farewell from the friendly city, the water sport capital of South Africa, Nelson Mandela Bay. All the action from the Ocean Racing Series is proudly brought to you by Nelson Mandela Bay, South Africa's water sport capital.